Okay, so you might be wondering why we called this the Treehouse. When we were thinking about how to play this game, we were talking about, well, where will the players start from? And we talked about, well, should they start from home? Should they start from school?
Yeah.
And, you know, for a lot of kids, that's a place where maybe a traumatic event has happened, maybe they've been bullied, maybe they've even been abused from one of those places. And so we were trying to think of, well, where could they start from that would be somewhere really different? And we came up with this idea of them starting from this tree house in the central spot on the playboard. And that is because tree houses really represent adventure and playfulness and a sense of freedom. And we also just love that it's a place where, you know, a treehouse is somewhere that you can gather with your friends, or you can just be alone and relax and decompress and just process and think about the day that's been. But the other thing that I really love about a treehouse is that because you're up high, it gives you that perspective just to look out on things, to get a new view on how things are feeling or going. And so, yeah, that's why we chose the treehouse as this place to start the game from. All right, so let's look at some of the different parts to the game, Rachel.
Yeah.
So first of all, we've got these character cards. So at the beginning of the game, each of the players will choose a character, or the facilitator can give them a character card. And we'll just take a few moments to read through what the character profile says. And you'll see that each of the young people on the character cards has some different things that there are challenges in their life, different things that maybe make them a little bit more vulnerable. And so we'll just go through and discuss who's got what, and they're going to play the game through the profile of their character. On the game board, you'll see it's set in like a town or a city, and there's different cards placed around. So we have these community place cards. So when the players are moving around the board, if they get to one of these places around the edge, that's a community place, and they get to pick up a community place card and read it out and follow the instructions on that card. We also have these warning cards, and so this will give a little scenario, like a what would you do in this situation, and again the players need to answer through what they think that their character would do, and we can have a little discussion around that. All right, I'll give you an example of one of the warning cards. So this one says, some people at school have been making up lies about you and telling your friends that you have been saying bad things about them behind their backs. Now your friends don't want to talk to you anymore. What should your character do? And so we'll have a little discussion about that. There is some advice cards that each player would get at the beginning, and that is that if a question or a scenario comes up that you feel a bit uncomfortable answering, even if it's on behalf of your character, you can use the advice card to ask somebody else to give you some help in the game, or even for the facilitator to be able to help you and give you some advice of what your character might do. So once again, it's a little bit less confrontational if something sort of, you know, strikes something uncomfortable and you don't want to answer. Over here we have our choice cards. And these are just really fun, like would you rather cards that break up if there's been a little bit of seriousness in the game, or some deep discussions about things. And these are just like really, like we'll just give a laugh and have a funny thing. So for example, would you rather be invisible or be recognised everywhere you go? And so then the player would get to answer that and have a little think about that one. And then we have our challenge cards. If they land on a challenge card, then we have a whole bunch of sort of minute-to-win activities that all of the players would get to play together to achieve a challenge. So it might be to do a puzzle together, it might be bottle throwing, all of those minute-to-win activities, and to see if they can finish it in a minute. And that just builds like some teamwork amongst the players. And then the last one is this help card, and these have different things on it. It might be roll again, it might be to collect a safe person. And so the aim of the game is for the players to be able to collect 3 safe people before they finish at their safe place that they've nominated from the start.
The aim of the game is to get from the tree house to the safe place that you have identified for your character. There's a whole range of places all around the board, and the young person will get to choose what they think is the best place. Along the way, everyone will collect 3 safe people. As we are collecting our safe people along the way, then we are learning about what are the attributes of a safe person. For example, On this card, it says, congratulations, you have found a safe person. Yay! And one of the key attributes is actually honesty. This allows for a lot of really great discussion and conversation around choices we make around the people that we're connecting with. So one of my favorite things about this game actually is that it is a non-competitive game. So we all get to come together and work it through and have some teamwork. And how cute are these? They are the cutest, right? So once the first person may have found their safe 3 people and got to their safe place, then there are some really cool and fun little activities and things that they can participate in that will actually help everybody else get to the end.